Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast.
Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer.
Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great.
And the great thing is they'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more.
You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
So download Anchor and get started today. Enjoy the show.
Parents, man, sometimes they have your best interest at heart. Sometimes they just need to tell a lie to get through the day. And we're going to talk about that today on True Comedy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to True Comedy Podcast. My name is Kirstan Cunningham.
And I'm Nicholas Finch.
And today we are going to talk about things parents may tell little white lies about. Everything from the boogeyman to that man that delivers presents later times in the year. First off, we're going to go ahead and point this out. Parents, if you are listening with a young child, you may want to ask them not to listen to this episode or just cut it off in the car and just wait. But before we dive head first into this, we actually have a guest on the show today. We have Brenda, who's a friend of the show. Say hey, Brenda.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Everybody's hopefully doing well out there in podcast land.
All three of y'all.
all three. Actually, we got like 30,000 listeners.
We really do. I got a shirt.
Yeah, Nick, you do have a shirt. Yeah. Congratulations, sir. You feel special, don't you?
Yeah, but I always feel special just in general.
Okay, because you are special. Special.
Well, okay, since I think this is going to be a roast Nick Finch kind of day.
Yes.
Let's just get into some things we want to talk about. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed and who listens to the podcast, sharing it on all the platforms that we're on. Mm-hmm. We're about on 12 platforms at this point, so just thank you for listening on all of them. We have clicks on every single one of them.
And because of you all, we got some awesome things coming. And one thing we really wanted to do is Nick and I aren't parents. We're just going to go ahead and throw it out there. We aren't parents at the current moment. So for this episode about parents, we did a lot of research. We reached out to some of our parents and we decided, hey, why don't we just bring a hilarious parent on the show? Hence Brenda. So yeah. So how this is going to go, we're going to count down some of our most hilarious lies or just things parents have said. And I guess, Nick, you want to get the ball rolling on one or you want me to go? How we want to do this?
Well, I just want to start with the lie that my mom told me when I was younger.
Okay.
That I believed for a really long time. So I had a pet dog named Lucky.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm not going to sit here in front like I was a good owner. I was a terrible owner.
I didn't know you ever had a dog.
Yeah, I did.
You're the worst animal. Like, you don't like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, but I did love Lucky. I just was a very terrible owner. So one day, Lucky came up missing, but Lucky hadn't been feeling well anyway. Like he didn't look like he was doing well. So my mom just told me that Lucky ran away.
Oh Lord!
And my mama told me that she told me that lie for at least 10 years. She told me that lie, good 10 years strong, and I always lied because I never really believed it. So, Mom, what happened to Lucky? He ran away, and then finally she let it slip that they put him down.
Oh,
he was sick.
Okay, so he ran away.
Terrible.
He ran away
To the big old apartment in the sky with like dog bones. But all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. They made a lot of those movies about it.
Yeah, but I was so hurt because I mean, like I said, I was a bad owner, but I loved Lucky. Mm-hmm. I love my dog, and yeah, he did not run away. And my mama just lied to me for years. Yikes. And she's gone back to telling the lie again. So I'll just ask her, hey Mom, what happened to Lucky? Oh, he ran away. Really?
Nick, I'm so glad that you started with the dog story because I also have interesting observations about neighborhood dogs.
Okay.
I'd like to share. Actually, I have to start with this. When Kirstan asked me to be on the program tonight, I spent a lot of time today when I should have been working. I was going to say, and so I just would like to say that I think we lie to our kids for 3 reasons. Number 1, to avoid embarrassment.
Yep.
Number 2, to uphold tradition. And number 3, we lie because we have hope for the future for them. This is a number one. This is an avoid embarrassment. But we've all seen those neighborhood dogs that they're stuck together, but one of them's facing the opposite. They're all tied up, and the kid sees it. I mean, there's no way you're on the way to school, and one's going north, one's going south. It's like cat dog kind of, but it's
Yeah.
And so you say things. I remember my mom saying to me once that they were, like elaborate lies, that you just come to the spot that they were playing dog twister. Something just went wrong. Was the hose. They had to get the hose. And I never knew, what was so magical about the water hose that make the dogs break up or whatever. And then when I got to thinking about the dog story, that led me to thinking about, when the kids walk in on the parents and what you have to say to that. And it's inevitable. They were just wrestling or whatever. I often wondered, has the kid ever gotten the water hose and just try to split them up? Story. And I love that. I'm so glad you started with that.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not even going to tell my dog story now.
You have to.
So, Nick, we've been friends for over a decade. I never knew you had a dog named Lucky.
Yeah.
I had a little dog named Lucky when I went to college, right?
Uh-huh.
My parents told me magnanimous lies about Lucky as well, because I came home, I think it was on Thanksgiving break my freshman year, and I was looking everywhere for Lucky, like calling Lucky's name. My parents says, well, yeah, Lucky ran away. It's like, y'all just let my dog run away, but my siblings' dogs were there, and y'all just weren't going to tell me. They literally let me look for Lucky for about 2 hours. Then they told me Lucky ran away. Actually, come to find out, later in this lovely Thanksgiving break, they gave Lucky away.
Oh.
I was hurt, but then it got worse.
Oh, no.
Not only did they give Lucky away, they gave Lucky away to a friend of my brother's. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just go see him. I know where they live. It's down the street. Come to find out, Lucky was no longer with us. He was no longer in the land of the living because Lucky ran away from that owner, I guess, trying to get back to our house and got hit by an ice cream truck. So, yeah.
You guys, did your parents know each other? I'm just curious. So random that they're so similar.
Right. I guess it's just a black people thing.
Yep.
I guess. Dogs don't go to the pound, they go to get a 22 bullet. I don't know.
Dogs don't ever actually run away. They run away.
They run at some point.
That's awesome.
We also had a 3-legged dog, but we ain't gonna get on that story of Peaches today. She was something. Peaches.
Yo, you would have a 3-legged dog named Peaches.
Look, I didn't name it. Corey did, okay?
That's even more perfect.
Right.
More perfect. Let's see.
Wow.
So that was the one personal story that I have. Now, there's certain lies that I want to get into. Like there's other stories on the internet of lies that I want to share, but there's other lies that I want to get to that you parents like to give us. One is that, after you eat, when you go on at a swimming party and you say, after you eat, you got to wait 30 minutes before you can get back in. That's a lie.
Well, as a certified lifeguard 10 years ago, I told my kids that just so they wouldn't all be in the pool at one time.
Why y'all lying?
Because no real reason.
So y'all lie about the swimming and I do have another personal story. Okay, so my mom, again, I love this woman. She's great. So have y'all ever heard of the New Year's tradition of you have to eat black-eyed peas for your luck?
Yeah, y'all do that too. I thought it was just white trash. That's that one.
Nah, it's poor. It's just poor in general. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
It's
we all
rich in spirit.
Rich in joy and love. That's what we have plenty of at our house. We grew up with love everywhere.
Right. So I didn't mind eating the black-eyed peas, but my sister.
What?
No, I mean, because it was this point where I really didn't like them, but it was like, well, let me just avoid the argument. Let me just go eat these peas, get my luck, and have a good year. Mm-hmm. Well, my sister refused to eat these black-eyed peas. So my family. We grew up in a very tight-knit family. So one year, Keisha was just not having it with these black-eyed peas. And so she called out Auntie from down the hill. Momo she called out Auntie from down the hill, told her to come make sure Keisha ate these peas. And when I tell you, we over here fighting over a lot. Like,
y'all fighting over superstition.
Black eyed peas don't give you luck. It's just superstition. And I'm telling you, my auntie sitting there with a belt in her hand, making these black eyed peas.
You better put them in your mouth, gal.
Eat the peas. And I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm like, I'm eating mine, mama. I can eat hers if you want me to. I can take her luck if she need to. All this ain't necessary.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
I'm having my day. Yeah, my sister in trouble. I'm eating my peas. I was like, I don't really like them though. I was like, good. You don't have to worry about getting the belt on me. Cause I was bad. I always got the whooping. So it's just nice to see Keisha in trouble for a change.
Okay.
That's one of those uphold traditions laws.
Yep. What you got for us, Brenda?
On upholding traditions,
or just anything.
I was going to talk about Santa Claus. We start out lying to kids. Like, I don't know how that happens, but no, we got Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, all that.
Yep.
Hardest sell for Santa Claus, though. I've often thought about this too. Is black kids, okay? White bearded man is going to break into your house. And he's going to leave presents under your tree.
Right.
How do you sell that? I don't know.
And not get shot. Like,
right?
No, listen, that's why Black Santa exists, y'all. That's why he exists. Like, we can't sell an old white rosy cheek bearded man breaking into the house, but what we can sell is somebody looking like Uncle Ray Ray.
But no,
coming up in there and leaving something.
But you can't though, because all those old black bearded men sitting outside the grocery store saying really inappropriate things to little girls that run up in there. Like,
I just think parents, all parents, I don't care where you come from, should
right.
be offended, because I want my kids to know where their presents come from. Okay, my paycheck.
Right.
So I want them to know this because I want them to be indebted to me. Okay, at an early age. And that it's never too early to start instilling some guilt. Lord knows we have, as parents, enough of it to shoulder the burden. I feel like it's just a tool that we and so quit lying to your kids. I never told my kids that Santa was.
Hey, man.
Didn't weigh in on the subject. Didn't say one thing. But they knew where their presents came from, and that was me. And the Tooth Fairy, that's, oh my God! Did y'all have the parents that tied your tooth to the door and then slammed it? Did y'all have those?
I did it.
No.
I tried it myself. I was like, oh, this is dumb. This is gonna hurt. I ain't doing that.
Hey,
my gum all bloody because I done sliced up everything trying to pull out teeth that aren't loose.
Yeah, just trying to get me some little money for the Tooth Fairy. Now, my mom indulged me a little bit with the Tooth Fairy, but I got to an age. She was like, "Now, Nick, you know it ain't no Tooth Fairy." I'm like,
you were 28.
You didn't let me get there. I was gonna say, yeah, that was last year.
I believe it. No, but listen, I'm 31 years old. Okay, not 31. Oh, I'm 30. I just aged myself. Nick is 31. My B. Why my mama still write from Santa on Christmas presents to me that I done picked out and purchased?
No, dude.
Ma, like, I understand when we were 12 and my siblings were younger, they were like in elementary school. Where we live it's off in the country, up a hill, no street lights and nothing. So my parents were trying to get the presents in from my neighbor's stores building 2 houses over, and they dropped a couple of them outside. Jesus. And so we got up to open presents, and it's like, oh, y'all, I think Santa dropped some with the reindeer outside. So we had to go outside to pick up Connect Four, the Bop It, and the Uno cards. Jesus. Because they were just over it. They were done. They said, no, we ain't wrapping those up. They're just coming in the house, or they're going to pick them up outside. And they decided for us to pick them up outside. But I think that was the last real time they tried to do Santa Claus. Oh, also, I got a PS2 one year, and it was not in a box.
Oh, my God.
The controllers was sitting down. It had all these games. And they were trying to tell me that the elves made it. It's like, Mom, where y'all get elves to make a PlayStation 2? I'm sure Sony does not employ elves. And maybe child labor, but not elves.
I would have went right there with them. Like, oh my goodness, the elves made it, man! I love
just for me.
I love the elves can do modern technology now. They must have learned from the Sonys. Let me tell you something. You want to talk about crazy gifts? Let me tell you, my mom still does in 2019.
What?
Okay, so she has a numbering system in her head. It is only in her head that she'll put on the present, so it won't say to Nick, it'll say 37 or it'll say 142, and she the only person that knows the numbering system. Okay, I'm glad you said what the world, because here's what happens. So we'll get up Christmas morning, get ready to open gifts and everything, and we'll go pick out a number. 45, and we'll look right at her and say 45, and she'll be like, she don't have it written down anywhere. 45. Keisha, I think. you think? What do you mean think?
Oh Jesus, y'all gonna open somebody's wrong present.
We already have.
We've
We've done it plenty of times. I done opened up a nice pair of boots before.
And they weren't yours.
They were lady boots.
That's great. That's great.
So I have a struggle lie. Okay. A lie that was bred from the struggle. So I remember growing up, all of a sudden there was a newish car sitting at my parents' house. It's like, Mama, Daddy, we got a new car? No, your uncle car, it's just sitting here for your daddy to fix. Y'all, my dad don't know anything about cars. He knows nothing about vehicles. What had really happened was this uncle that shall remain nameless was just storing his vehicle at our house. So if someone came to pick said vehicle up, because let's just say you miss a payment or so, they're not looking for it at my parents' house. That's why we had a new car.
That's keeping it really real.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a real lie. Yeah. I felt that lie. I felt that.
I didn't figure that out for like 10 years. We were driving the car everywhere. I was like, and we just traded Mama's vehicle for it, so she can get used to driving it. And then it was gone.
Mm-hmm. It's really funny when you get lies like that. You don't understand them in your teens, and all of a sudden you switch to in your 20s.
When you get your own car,
and you're paying for your own car. You be like, hey, let me leave my car over here for a couple of weeks, till I can get right.
I just need to catch up, Waiting on income tax season, I didn't realize that, hey, when the day you buy the car is the day your payments due. It's not at the end of the month when you actually get paid. So the more you know.
Man, they be tripping about that. Like, y'all, come on,
you got a grace period.
I know. I know about the grace period.
Mine still ain't.
But like, if you don't pay for that at the right time, like if you don't buy that car at the end of the month,
you messed up.
You really messed up. If you got to get a new car, make sure it's around your payday, because they will not. They be like, why are you trying to move your payday? Because I don't get paid to the end of the month. What are y'all doing?
Well, I'm going to need to talk to a supervisor, and they need to talk to a supervisor. We'll put on a super case.
It's a brand new loan, so we got to make sure we can approve your move payment. What are you talking about?
The supervisor. That's good. I'm just going to bring it up if nobody else is. Puberty.
Let's buckle in.
Let's buckle in. I've got two. I got a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old. Over the Thanksgiving break, family and I just moved from Florida here to the big city of Livingston, and I actually walked in on my son and his girlfriend in the bedroom.
Oh.
Come on, just not even going to.
Uh-huh.
No lying. It was all out on the table. But the time when he was younger, he's 18 now. When he, that 14 range, and had my husband, you're going to have to talk to him. That's the man's job. You tell him about what's happening to him in his sleep, and I just don't want to know anything about it. Thought about the stuff you tell him. The whole you'll go blind, you're going to grow hair on your palm. That sort of thing. The world's going to run out of sweat socks.
It's going to fall off.
Yeah, I mean,
God's watching you. He sees what you're doing.
Yes, absolutely. So
why are we running out of Kleenex?
Right? I mean, yeah. So I felt terrible about the stuff I said to him then, because suddenly masturbation seemed like the greatest idea on the planet when, you put that up against the girlfriend in the bedroom in the house that I'm paying for. So, I just wanted to kind of like, how did your parents handle that when you guys were coming up? Because I had a difficult time with it, and now it seems like the greatest thing ever.
You're going to burn. Fire and brimstone burn. Don't do that to yourself.
Fire and brimstone talk?
Yes, fire and brimstone. Or there was also the picture book that was used for, I think one of the siblings. I think it's like the changes your body go through. It's like a 1.5 foot tall book with pictures and stuff. I'm glad that just didn't happen for me, because I would have laughed the whole time. It's just too awkward.
Well, I didn't get any talks. They just said, don't turn up a father.
And if you do, you're taking care of it. You're getting married to that little girl.
At least they didn't lie to you, though. I mean, that's honest. I appreciate that. But wow, yeah. It's stuff like, parents that don't want their daughters to shave their legs and tell them things like, hey, if you shave it, it's going to go back 3 times thicker. I mean, I don't want hairy children running around. that
you don't want...
is I'm all for it. I mean, give them the razor and just.
You don't want Chewbacca babies?
A monobrow, y'all can but
keep yourself clean, child.
And these Southern parents be messing up these kids, telling them all types of lies.
See, a lot that my folks told me all the time was, you better eat your carrots. It's gonna make your vision better.
Oh,
Mom, Dad, without my contacts, I'm legally blind, and I've been eating carrots all my life. I can't see anything. So somebody lied to me somewhere.
Hold it down.
I mean, like, I know it produces vitamins and stuff that are supposed to help, but they didn't help me at all.
Oh, how about that other lie talking about you standing in front of the TV and you'll go blind? Nah, you don't want my big head out the way. That's all it is. Get from on that TV before you go blind. Now, I'm in front of the TV because I can't see now.
Get me some glasses.
Because these carrots ain't working. What are we doing?
I'm sitting here watching Veggie Tales while eating a carrot with some ranch, and I still can't see.
Can't see nothing. Bro, I hated carrots. So you know them orange. You remember Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
So instead of carrots to do what's up, Doc, I'd do like an orange popsicle. I'd be walking around the house with an orange popsicle. And what's up, Doc?
Nick.
Brain freeze.
Nick.
What?
That's a fat mess.
Hey, look at me.
That's some pre-diabetes stuff, right?
Diabetes. Man.
So I asked my siblings what were some lie the parents told us. And I'm going to hit them in a minute.
I got two for you.
Okay.
On. All right, these are sports related. Everyone deserves a trophy. Generation of parents have none.
God.
Can we just talk about that?
Please.
That's such a lie.
It is.
Such a lie, and that one needs to stop. Like, really. My kids played baseball. Played t-ball.
Yeah, I was on the t-ball team and the basketball team. Hence, I say on the team because my uniforms were never dirty. I didn't play.
Same season.
This is the little. I don't know if this happens with black kids, but little white kids that play like t-ball. I watched for 2 years. This one particular little child. He ate boogers out of both sides of his nose. He ignored everything that his coach said to him the entire season. Butterflies. He chased airplanes at full speed in the outfield where you're not supposed to be running.
That's me.
He ran the bases backwards. Parents, they lost their mind when he did not receive, an award at the end.
Lord have mercy.
You were setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
I get mad, y'all. Everyone deserves a trophy needs to stop.
I'm a firm believer. Like, I love how my parents, they do tell you when you leave, you can be whatever you want to be.
That's the next one. You stole it. Just stole it.
That has to have an asterisk beside it. Like you.
Yes, please.
With the proper talent and the funding and the great education, you can be almost whatever you want to be. Hashtag look at our president.
But really, person, you're 4'2.5". You're white. You're built like Jabba the Hutt. You are not. You're not cut out for the industry.
You're not going to go be a receiver on the football team.
There's other things for you. So our job is to help them find what they're good at.
Right.
That's something.
Right.
Child.
Lord, I'm all for some encouraging words, but I know good and darn well I'm not the athlete of my family at all. I laughed when I was told to go play sports, even though I do enjoy some physical activity. Just baseball wasn't my thing. I couldn't see. But basketball wasn't my thing because there are people taller than me and that could run. I'm asthmatic. I'm asthmatic to this day. I just couldn't do it. I ain't trying to die.
Well, I'm 5'6", so I know basketball was never my future.
But you got a good outside jumper, though.
I used to
Okay.
before
we got old.
Before I got lazy.
I was going to say old.
My talent is arts and music.
Okay, well, let your light so shine.
I will.
Don't hide it under a bushel, no.
Do y'all want to know another lie that y'all parents always tell? And I, as a parent who's had to deal with children in the back seat, I want to know why y'all tell this lie. I ain't had to deal with it yet. How about that turning the light on in the car?
Yes.
Because it's illegal. Why y'all be telling us it's illegal to have the light on in the car?
You can go to jail if you ride around with that light on.
Yeah, you go straight to jail. Y'all ain't finna have me in jail with that light on. Turn that light off. Mom, I can't see. Turn the light off. I'm trying to read.
You don't need to see.
I'm trying to read.
I used to get in trouble for that.
I really don't. I'm guilty of a lot of things in the car, though. I'm one of those moms on the way to church, when everybody's dressed up and you're ready to go, and you're swinging that arm because you don't really care who you hitting.
Oh my good, yes! I just had a flashback. Jesus.
Yes. And then go to church and put on that church face and lie and act like everything is great.
Yep.
That's what we do. I'm guilty of that.
I was riding with a friend to church one time, and their mom got to swinging, and a little kid tried to hop out the vehicle while it was rolling.
Oh my God.
The mom didn't slow down. The kid is hanging outside the door, just running like it's a Flintstone car. We had to pull him in. We're only going 10 miles an hour, but still doing the most.
Yeah, our parents is
On the way to
wild.
I mean, if you can't come together with over a good family spanking on a Sunday, when can you come together? Okay.
I mean, I got my fair share of spankings. I guess it wasn't in a moving vehicle.
Oh, I
it was
spanked,
like
I was beat. That's different.
Well, I'm trying to keep it PG.
Well, my mother was a social worker. She pulled out the book and said what she could and couldn't do.
Listen, this is what I'm legally allowed to do.
Yeah.
I know the rules. I know every rule. I know around the rules. I know.
They ain't pulling me out the house.
I know.
I can hold you on the water for 6 minutes and 58 seconds.
But that 7th minute.
My mom didn't do that to me, y'all. Okay, she's great. Okay, I love her. I love you, mom.
I feel like all the belts I got made me the man I am today.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I needed more.
You know that fat on the back of your arm? I used to take that and just twist it because it doesn't smart.
It doesn't.
Nobody knows you're doing it, and so nobody can turn you in for beating your kids and stuff. But it really got to respond.
Or right underneath the armpit, you can pinch there just a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was it. Bring them to their knees. I mean, they knew.
Right. My dad used to sit on the front row of the church and open up his coat because my dad's a big guy. There'd just be a switch in there. It's like, oh, okay, I want to behave now.
Coat.
Yep, his coat, his suit coat. But just open it up and there'd be a switch stuffed in. And I was like, okay, Daddy, I'm gonna behave.
It's hardcore. He brought it. He premeditated.
Oh yeah, he knew. He knew he was raising Freddie, Jason, and Chucky.
I finna say,
he knew
listen,
better.
if you met them as a trio, you would understand why they always
We
had
were
to
a
stay
lot of
whooping
work.
ready. My God,
I locked my brother in a deep freezer growing up, okay, because he wanted to play hide and seek and didn't want to come out, and we knew he was in the freezer, so I locked it. He was only in there for 5 minutes, but it was long enough to make him claustrophobic.
how bad he is.
Oh my God.
That was back in the day. They used to throw knives at me. Don't come at me. Okay? Every time my parents left, when that door closed, it was like the WWE bell went off, and it was just all heck, okay? It was fights.
I kind of forgive them for lying to you, though.
They lied to you to keep kids alive.
Right.
Right. I think it might have just been for your protection.
It probably was.
But it did. Wow. That's awesome. Lying.
Yeah.
Did they ever hit you with a knife?
I'm trying to. No, I never got hit with a knife. But are there holes in one of the doors of my parents' house to this day from a knife? Yes.
Is Kirstan a dodgeball champion?
Oh, yes. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Well, if you can dodge a meat cleaver, you can dodge a ball. Great times.
Field day champion, undefeated, never lost.
Right. CPS probably should have been called, though. Good thing they can't do that retroactively. So one of the things my sister told me that I had to include on this list was that we got McDonald's at home. Every time we were robbed at McDonald's. So, I want some McDonald's. My folks said, no, we got McDonald's at home. Then we go home and get a hamburger and some French. I was like, this don't really taste like what you get from them. They go, it's McDonald's. They make a McDonald's package where you can come home and cook it all at home and you ain't got to complain about it. So, yes, ma'am.
What? Is it like the go home, eat a sandwich, drink some water?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got McDonald's money? That type of thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Mm-mm.
I see.
No.
I saw on the internet that one of the parents told their kids that Burger King is for royalty.
That's so rude.
You don't have a crown? No hamburger for you, buddy.
Mama, I want to go to Arby's. Do you have the meat? Do you have it? I don't. Arby's for you then.
Lord.
Wow. Okay, I thought of the worst two lies that I've ever done. I'm just going to out myself, okay?
Okay.
In a moment of anger, and this was during the teenage puberty years, I did tell one of my children, I was screaming that he was adopted. And I just left it and I walked out. I didn't even explain. I didn't, no face, you're adopted. I just slammed the door, left, got in the car.
No, you didn't.
I did. I told him he was adopted.
No.
Tell you that the other worst one, and this is all I got, okay, is the vasectomy story for my husband. He had a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. This lie, I couldn't continue. The kid just wore me down until I had to just tell the truth. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we had decided that we did not want any more children at this point. And so my husband's quite a bit older than me, and so we didn't want him to be 80, when they were
right.
School. So he went to get snipped. Well, he's a non-drinker, not for religious reasons, just doesn't like the way that it's.
Yeah.
Which works out great because he's a good driver. He doesn't touch a drop of anything, so he's probably never been drunk. So I gave him before surgery a Vicodin.
Oh God!
You've ever had a Vicodin? But it's the real stuff.
Oh yes.
We had just moved to not inner city, but we had moved to Memphis, in the not great section of Memphis.
West Memphis.
Yeah, West Memphis.
Yeah, it was awful.
The restaurant sell Kool-Aid.
Did not know a soul. So it's not like I can leave my children with the babysitter. First of all, it's Memphis, and secondly, I don't know anybody. I had to take my children to the doctor for my husband to get his vasectomy. So high as a kite, we get to the doctor, and he is. When I tell you he was trashed, I mean I have never seen a man more trashed than this man was. He walked straight in there. It's back when flip phones were popular. He looked straight at the nurse when she's examining him and says, "Be honest with me, it's the biggest one you've ever seen, right?" And she just kept on going. Way in there, he walked by her desk, grabs a handful of pins, and sticks them in his pocket. Just stole all her. Did what he's doing, okay? Examining him, talking about what's about to happen to him. I'm trying to juggle dealing with his high ass who's just screaming and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And he looks right at her after saying it's the biggest one you've ever seen. She says, you're going to have to, after we do the procedure, you're going to have to come back and you're going to have to give us a sample. And he said, do you have any kind of material that you're going to give me, like a video? And I'm trying to cover the kids' ears. But they're seeing
the kids are in there.
They're seeing all of this unfold, okay? I come at, he has the thing done. I'm waiting in the waiting room with the kids. Doctor comes out and looks at me and he goes, "Man, you got a lot on your hands today." He said, "You don't have 2 kids, you have 3. I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, I'm about to send cell phone man back out. I said, "Cell phone man?" I picked my husband had taken his flip phone and was talking to people in California that he knew about the procedure and telling them like there's smoke coming out. Smoke coming from my crotch. He yells in the parking lot out the window when we're done. We're going to Graceland. I don't know why. He wants to go to Graceland. So here comes the lie. We get back to the apartment because we live in a crappy apartment. He's got a bag of peas on his crotch. Nick, who's 4, he continues to ask me over and over again, "Mom, what's wrong with Daddy? Mama, what's wrong with Mama? What's wrong with Daddy?" Finally, I'm done with all of this because I'm ready to just have a drink in the corner. And I said, "Daddy had his penis operated on." Because before I had told him that something's wrong with his stomach. I couldn't lie anymore. I look over, and my husband has his pants pulled down to his ankles, and he is showing the 4-year-old.
No.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was.
Oh, my God.
And Nick, in his precious little 4-year-old, he goes, "Dad, if you need a towel and you feel like you got to throw up, you just tell me, and I'll bring you one." It was like, oh, my God.
That's so precious
To me.
and disturbing at the same time.
But I couldn't hold on to the lie that day. Sometimes they just wear you down to the point where you just have to be honest.
They do.
They did.
Oh, my God.
That's my vasectomy story. That's all I got, y'all.
Well, Brenda, thank you so much. I think on that we're going to just clock out. I think we might just call it a day.
Yeah, you wonder why that boy had folks up in the house.
Right.
Exactly. Actually, that's the one that turned out. My other son calls him Saint Nick. Nick's probably never seen a vagina. It's because he's going to be independently wealthy. It's the young one that's the freak. And against jail for him. He wants to be a rapper. That's the one, Kirstan.
Okay, that's the one that wants to be the rapper.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need his SoundCloud. We're going to feature him on the episode.
You guys are amazing. Nick, I can't wait to meet you in person.
Right. We're going to make that happen.
Well, I want you all to remember this when you have children, okay? Because it's coming. It's coming.
It is. Oh, Jesus, we better prepare.
And then after you get the snip, it won't be coming no more.
Oh.
And that's also a good feeling. There's something good at every stage. It's all good in different ways.
So true.
You guys are amazing. Have an awesome night, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for listening today. We've had a good time talking about lies and stuff. Even though there's those little 10 commandment things that tell you thou shalt not lie, because you'll see how that ends up next time. Someone will have a bag of peas in their lap,
When you're a parent, you got to do what you got to do.
True statement.
We joked about our parents, and then we heard from one, but at the end of the day, we know all these lies are out of love.
Right.
And,
right.
That's the important thing.
Right. And if you ever want to appear on the show, you can leave us a voicemail. Those instructions are right there in those show notes. You can click on there. Also, if you have ideas for the show ever, you can get in touch with us. Nick, what's your social media handles?
Holler at me at the NJF on Twitter and Instagram, Nicholas J. Finch on Facebook.
And you can meet me on Twitter at KHam Speaks or introduce yourself on Instagram at KHam Cooks. Also, all of our social media and our websites down there in those show notes. You can go to truecomedypod.com. Yeah. Is it truecomedypod?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our website. Sorry, blanked out for a minute.
Oh, I got a whole little break where I can update that with some good.
Oh, look at the Lord. Look at him. He is girds and girds.
That will be delivered.
Hallelujah. You can also find us on Instagram at True Comedy Podcast and join our Facebook group at True Comedy Podcast. You can also meet us on Twitter at True Comedy Podcast. It's actually podcast_true on Twitter. But if you find us, just talk to us. We need human interaction a lot. We like love and affection.
Yes, we do.
And also, thank you so much to 96.3 WLYB for allowing us to kidnap their radio station and record this show here. It's been a great time. And as always, this is True Comedy. Later.
I didn't talk a lot this episode, so I hadn't stopped recording yet. I just want to say to the good people out there, I'll be back. Y'all, I'm coming.
Nick's just getting over some sickness.
Yeah, I'm just getting through, but I will be back.
Okay, I'll be back.